Good morning, everyone. My name is Shanawaz, and, and today I would like to talk about what I want to be when I grow up. So I believe we have this growing up stage in like at least three times. Once after you graduate your high school, then maybe after that 2 years in college or senior high school, then finally after you graduate with your bachelor's. And I think in these three steps, you become three different person after every three steps. So, growing up, my parents wanted me to become a doctor, and for each examination, whenever there was a question like, "What is your aim in life?" I used to write, "I want to be a doctor and treat patients for free." But as growing up in this economy, I think I would have never done that if I was a doctor. So it's kind of best that I didn't become a doctor. And growing up, I played a lot of games called Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and also Age of Empires. So these games are based on warfare and between different nations. So playing these games has taught me about different nations, and this also raised my curiosity for different nations and different cultures and why they want to go to war with each other. And these games are also based on real-time strategy. So I think playing these games also made me strategic in thinking too. So this is my brief LinkedIn profile which I have created in the class. I know there's still a lot of work to be done, but I think after graduation and some more internship, it will be almost complete. So I have added my grade, some of my academic achievements, and also some of my skills. So my academic background is I completed my school and high school in Bangladesh, and then I was sent to China to study engineering. But somehow I dodged that decision and then managed to come to Korea to study international studies. So my major is focused on international relations coursework. I am deeply focused in development studies, and also I'm building a foundation for public policy. So these are the skills I think I have gained from my coursework here at this department. For every class, we have to submit at least one report paper. So I think because of that, we all have the skill of research and analysis. We also have to evaluate different countries' policies and if it is good or bad. So I think this also developed my policy evaluation skills if it's good or bad. I also believe that we have to manage a lot of things while studying here, so especially our timing. So this has made us strategic thinkers too, and we almost have a lot of students from different cultures in every classroom. So this has created our skill as a cross-cultural communication. And this all requires something called teamwork, and I believe one of my key skills is managing my team. I have 6 months experience working at John Book National University Institute for International Development Cooperation. One of my key tasks was listening to the meeting transcript of different COICA officials and find out the most important thing. I also evaluated COICA projects in ASEAN countries such as Vietnam, Laos, and I also was a general affairs manager for a club called Kotura. I did that for like 1 or 2 weeks, but then I stopped going there. And after graduation, I planned to work for BRAC. My father used to be a regional manager there, and I really liked what they do, their contribution in Bangladesh. So BRAC is almost like a brand in Bangladesh now. It's one of the biggest NGOs of the world, but they have their own university, they have their own fashion brand, and also their different NGO sector works to reduce poverty and also women empowerment. So they also have a clear measurable social impact. This I want to work here because this matches my development interest, and this also supports my continuous learning journey. So I don't want to work for an NGO for all my life. Maybe sometimes when I'm skilled enough or qualified enough, I want to contribute to my country's policy changes. So this is why I've changed. Maybe in far future, I can work in the Bangladesh Institute of Development Studies, where they design policies for Bangladesh's economic model. And also, I believe if I work here, I can finally achieve something that I'm contributing to a bigger change for the whole country. So this will be my career goal before and after graduation. So I want to stay focused on my long-term vision. I want to be a development policy specialist. I want to make policies based on evidence-based thinking. I want to work on international development projects. And I want to find out research-driven solutions and provide a social impact. So this will be my backup plan if things don't work out. I mean, so anyway, this was my brief introduction and my brief career plan. I believe understanding global challenges is the first step toward creating meaningful change. Thank you.
So why did you take like this kind of so complicated like thing, Taliban?
It was a joke.
Joke? The strong joke.
I thought so.
It's strong joke.
They also require like 1 year experience before joining them, and I don't think we can manage the experience outside of Afghanistan. No point joining them.
You'll try.
You
You need to try.
Thank you for your presentation. And out of many countries, why did you choose to make your undergrad here in Korea?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but in short, I was in China. Then during the pandemic, I decided to go back. And when the pandemic was almost over, Korea was one of the first countries to accept international students. So that I just applied, had my visa, and just arrived here. So yeah, I don't know how it happened, but I just found out about Korea, then applied, and then arrived here.
Okay, so you are going to complete your graduation from Korea, and you have more knowledge about Korea more than Bangladesh, and it's academic. So why don't you just stay here or work for Korean organizations, right?
I believe I have the responsibility towards my country, the country where I grew up, and it's my what do you call it? My the patriotism, or also like my the ground underneath that shaped who am I today. So yes, this is what I want to work for BRAC and maybe work for BIA one.
Okay, no more question? All right, well done.